Australia isn't just kangaroos, beaches, and barbecues. In fact, some of the most breathtaking places in the world are tucked away here. But most travelers only see a fraction of them. What are you missing out on? Let's find out. If you've ever dreamed of visiting Australia, you've probably thought of Sydney Opera House or maybe the Great Barrier Reef. But here's the thing. Australia is huge, like the size of the US but with way fewer people. That means endless road trips, hidden natural wonders, wild national parks, and cities with food scenes that could rival anywhere in Europe. In this video, I'm going to take you through the absolute best places to visit in Australia, from famous landmarks to underrated gems. So by the end, you'll have the ultimate bucket list. Stick around, because I guarantee there's at least one place you've never heard of that'll blow your mind. Let's start with the obvious, but we can't ignore it. Sydney. This city is like Australia's front cover. You've got the Opera House, which by the way is even more stunning in person because it's not white. It's actually covered in creamy tiles that shimmer in the sun. Just across the harbor, the Sydney Harbour Bridge towers above the skyline. And here's a fun fact. You can actually climb it. Imagine standing on top of the bridge with the entire city spread out below you. It's one of those pinch yourself moments. But Sydney isn't only about landmarks. Bondi Beach is one of the most famous beaches in the world. And yes, it's busy, but grab some fish and chips, watch the surfers, and then walk the coastal trail to Coogee. That walk alone might be one of the best things you'll do in Sydney. Cliffs, ocean views, little swimming coves. If you're a foodie, the city has world-class restaurants, but also amazing multicultural eats. From Thai to Lebanese to Italian, thanks to its mix of cultures. Next up, Melbourne. If Sydney is Australia's postcard, Melbourne is its soul. People often argue about which city is better, and honestly, it depends what you're into. Melbourne is all about culture, coffee, and creativity. The laneways in the city center are filled with graffiti-style street art, tiny cafes that roast some of the best coffee you'll ever drink, and little shops selling things you won't find anywhere else. Sports fans love Melbourne because it's the home of the Australian Open and cricket at the famous MCG. Music fans love it because there are live gigs every night. And food lovers, you'll probably never want to leave. You could spend days hopping from Chinatown to Italian precincts to Greek tavernas. Oh, and if you want a road trip, Melbourne is the gateway to the Great Ocean Road, which I'll get to in a bit. Now let's talk about something that should be on everyone's bucket list, the Great Barrier Reef. This is the largest living structure on Earth. Yes, living. It's so big you can actually see it from space. Stretching more than 2,300 kilometers, it's home to thousands of species of fish, coral, turtles, and sharks. You can snorkel or scuba dive, of course, but you don't even have to get wet. Glass-bottom boats and scenic flights let you see the reef in a way that feels otherworldly. But here's the challenge. The reef has been under threat from climate change and coral bleaching. Scientists say parts of it have already been damaged, but there's still plenty left to explore. Visiting responsibly, through eco-certified tours, actually helps support conservation. So if you've ever thought about seeing it, don't wait 10 years. Go now. Speaking of icons, let's head into the heart of the country, Uluru. Imagine a giant red rock rising from the desert, glowing bright orange at sunset, and you'll get the idea. But pictures don't do it justice. Uluru isn't just a rock, it's a sacred site for the Anangu people who've lived there for tens of thousands of years. There's an energy about the place that's hard to describe until you're standing there. You can walk around its base, join guided tours led by Aboriginal rangers, or watch the Field of Light installation where 50,000 solar-powered lights glow under the night sky. It's surreal. And here's something most tourists miss. Nearby Kata Tjuta, also called the Olgas, which are huge domed rock formations just as impressive as Uluru, but far less crowded. Now let's swing back to Victoria and talk about one of the best road trips on Earth, the Great Ocean Road. Picture this. Winding coastal highways, the ocean on one side, rainforests on the other, and cute little seaside towns where you can grab a pie or coffee. The big highlight, the 12 Apostles. These are massive limestone stacks rising out of the ocean, and they look unreal, especially at sunrise or sunset. But here's a tip. Don't just stop at the 12 Apostles. Drive further and you'll find places like Loch Ard Gorge, where shipwreck history meets turquoise waters and little beaches that feel like hidden paradise. If you think Australia is all deserts and hot weather, Tasmania will change your mind. This island state is wild, green, and rugged. Think alpine lakes, mountains, and coastlines that look like something out of Lord of the Rings. Freycinet National Park is home to Wineglass Bay, one of the most photographed beaches in the world. Cradle Mountain offers hikes with scenery that'll make you forget Instagram exists. And then there's the food. Tasmania has some of the freshest seafood, cheeses, and wines in the country. Oh, and yes, the Tasmanian devil is real. You can see them in wildlife sanctuaries, and they're a lot smaller than the cartoon version. Heading up north, Kakadu National Park in the Northern Territory is the size of a small country. It's got everything, waterfalls, crocodiles, Aboriginal rock art that's thousands of years old, and wetlands teeming with birds. One of the highlights is the yellow water billabong, where you can take a boat tour and see saltwater crocodiles up close. Spoiler, they're massive. But beyond the wildlife, Kakadu is a living cultural landscape. Aboriginal people have called it home for more than 65,000 years, and the rock art tells stories you won't find in history books. On the opposite end of the spectrum, in far north Queensland, is the Daintree Rainforest. This is one of the oldest rainforests on the planet. Over 180 million years old, older than the Amazon. Imagine giant ferns, ancient trees, and rivers where crocodiles lurk under the surface. The cool part? The rainforest meets the reef here. You can literally stand on Cape Tribulation Beach with one foot in the rainforest and the other facing the Coral Sea. It's the only place in the world where two World Heritage sites meet. A lot of travelers skip Western Australia because it's remote, but that's exactly why you should go. Perth, the capital, has stunning beaches right in the city and a laid-back vibe. Rottnest Island is just a short ferry away, and that's where you'll meet the quokka, the cutest little marsupial that literally smiles in selfies. But beyond Perth, Western Australia is full of jaw-dropping landscapes. The Pinnacles Desert looks like another planet. Kakadu National Park has gorges and waterfalls that are perfect for adventure lovers. And up north, you'll find the Bungle Bungles in Uluru National Park. Giant beehive-shaped rock formations you won't see anywhere else on Earth. Here's the challenge though, Australia is massive. You can't see it all in one trip. A lot of first-time visitors make the mistake of trying to cram everything into 2 weeks and end up spending more time in airports than actually enjoying the country. That's like visiting the US and trying to do New York, LA, Miami, and Alaska in one go. Impossible. So the real question is, how do you choose? The trick is to match your trip with your interests. Love cities and culture? Stick to Sydney and Melbourne, maybe add the Great Ocean Road into nature and adventure. Fly to Cairns for the reef and rainforest, or head to the Northern Territory for Uluru and Kakadu. Want something totally different? Tasmania or Western Australia will give you landscapes most tourists never see. The beauty of Australia is that it offers all of this. Beaches, deserts, reefs, mountains, wildlife. But you have to be realistic about your time. And that's what makes travel here so addictive. No matter how much you see, you'll always want to come back for more. If I had to pick just one must-do experience in Australia, it would be standing at Uluru during sunset. As the rock changes color from bright orange to deep red and finally fades into the night sky, you realize you're looking at something that's been here for millions of years. Something sacred, something that connects you to the oldest living culture on Earth. It's humbling, and that's the magic of Australia. It's not just about the places you see, but how those places make you feel. So there you have it, the best places to visit in Australia. From the bright lights of Sydney to the coral gardens of the reef, from the deserts of the outback to the rainforests of the north, and the rugged coastlines of Tasmania and beyond. Australia isn't a one-and-done kind of trip. It's the kind of country that gets under your skin, leaves you with stories, and makes you want to keep exploring. Subscribe for more travel guides that show you the world beyond the postcards.